Yes, kaya ganahan yun si Sir. Kanang mo participate yun. Left or fronte.
There.
Unique.
Yung munta. Kumusta? Ako si Johnny sa America, sa police o military. And also bodyguard for politicians and some celebrities. So I have bad news. Balik English, pero let's do this. Paliho, Chindo, stand up. Take your hand. Sure. No. I need a volunteer. Guapa in the back. Everybody's guapa. I have to be respectful. How about in the back? Salamat. Just hand these out. Pilipog and Gabi. Okay? Maybe needs to go, could I say? Okay. In the back, 13. You know the next one? Uh-oh. Big one.
Oh, volunteer.
Oh, I'm in trouble. Come on. Big one. Tall. Baby, come on. This one, that one. All right, are you ready for some fun? That sounded really good. Okay. I promise today we're going to learn a lot. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to teach pressure points. I taught a little bit of verbal judo when I was in America. Things that you may want to say, things you don't want to say. I'm going to help you today. We have a lot of foreigners in Cordova. Don't. I've been here for 11 years in Cordova, my wonderful Sawa. I believe I have 3 foreigner friends and 300 Filipinos. Foreigners are weird. I'm weird. No, I'm not. I'm the type of guy that I love my wife. I don't have any girlfriends. I don't drink. I don't swear. I'm different than what you may be used to. I hope that's good news. But we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna teach you some pressure points. I'll be touching you. I will not hurt anybody. No, I won't. And you're gonna learn some pressure points and some self-defense that I'll have you try on somebody else like immediately. When I show you the technique, then you choose somebody to be your partner. Come on, but nobody will be hurt. There'll be a couple maybe strikes, but very, very solid. This is my best friend other than my wife. I'm going to teach you a little bit about this. I see we just lost Captain Nick, but I'll tell you this. If your Barangay captain, with the permission of Chief Mike, ever wants me to come to your barangay to do some deeper training, I'm talking deeper training. Because I'm going to teach you some knockouts today, how to knock people out, just with pressure points. If you want to learn deeper, I'm going to teach this to you. Maybe not here, it's going to be quicker. I'm not going to teach for 1 hour. I probably keep saying that people will get it. More than that. All right, everyone. Listen up. So probably the best weapon that I'm going to teach you today is not punching someone, kicking, handcuffing. This is called a PR-24. PR-24. It's called public relations. That's what we call it in America. When you and I know that it's a weapon. But in American courts, we can't call a weapon. We can't say, Your Honor, I pulled out my weapon and I handcuffed someone. Wait, in America, this is a public relations instrument. Pretty smart. So, we get some tips. I remember when I walked into some situations that it was very volatile, it was very dangerous. And I didn't know who the enemy was, whether it was the asawa or whether it was the husband. So we had to be prepared no matter what the gender is or what gender we're using these days. Everyone is possible to harm us in some way. One of the best things that I found out what not to do is to go in and say, what's your problem? What's going on here? Especially foreigners in your Cordova, you don't want to ask them, what's your problem? That sets them off and has them become very angry. What probably the better thing to say is to ask, hello, Chad, hello, Billy. My name is so-and-so from the Gabi, Barangay. How can I help you? How can I help you? When we talk soft and polite like that, you're going to get a much better response. When I speak ugly to my wife, I get a bad response back. But when I'm nice, normally the response is much better. It's positive. You and I are, I should say, Tamus, your mission is to look for a favorable, non-confrontational result from the person you're dealing with. What a wonderful way. Hey, how can I help you? I want to help you tonight. Here's something else. I'm sure Filipinos as well, especially foreigners. Here's another verbo judo for you to say. Sir, the last thing I want you to do right now is for you to go to jail. Imagine saying that. You to a, sir, I don't want you to go to jail. I need to help you. Will you let me help you? We need to ask. So jail, that's definitely scary for a foreigner. If you have to take it up a notch and say, sir, the last thing I want you to do, or for me to do, is for immigration to get involved in this. Now, I'm a permanent resident. I'm seeking dual citizenship because I love your country. But not everybody's a permanent resident like me. There's tourists. So they're not as secure, except for the law. You mentioned the word immigration. You're going to possibly go to jail. Here's another one. Sir, you've got 2 beautiful children. I don't want you separated from your beautiful twins tonight, from your girls. I need you to help me, okay? Would you please help me? I need you to put the knife down. I do not want to take you to jail, sir. You don't want to go to jail, do you? So those type of soft but meaningful approaches did that. So the best weapon is what we say. Okay. Who is the letter C? Come on down. If you talk, I can't think. If you talk, I'll take that PR 20. No, I won't. I'm kidding. Hey, everybody, I'm here to fight already. Now, he's got some good hands too. So we have something that's very important for us to know. Bruce Lee, who I never met, never shook his hand, he walked there with you there. Over here. Is we have two different areas when we confront someone. Right now, I'm pretty safe, right? Pretty much, unless you have a weapon. But except for when they are too close to me, we call that the critical distance line. So I'm going to start thinking he better back up, because if he doesn't, I just put the peso in the karaoke box. We're going to sing and we're going to dance. So always protect yourself. It's not that difficult to do. When they're this close, you need to start thinking offense. He wants to hurt you. He won't go. He won't go. Stop. Now, maybe some of you learned martial arts before. When you have two options or several options, you want him to hit me? When they come at you, you have a lot of options. You can either go to the outside, which I prefer, or you can go to the inside, but so when he has the left hook, that can take me home to see Jesus, okay? I don't want that to happen. So, what I'm going to teach you is two moves in one. When he comes in with the right, I'm going to go to the outside. There's a reason why I'm going to do that. I see that I'm going to do. So, go to the outside. This is going to help you for handcuffing purposes if you need it. I know some of my police friends know this. This is very important. There are, can I get you a little bit, just a little stretch, not hard. Into here. That is a very dangerous pressure point, I'm sorry. It's called lung 5. Now, since I grabbed the wrist, all these pressure points are set up in the arm. I won't do it today. If I go to your Barangay, I'll show you. This is sensitive, that is now sensitive. If I punch him here, I'm going to knock him out. I will not do that today. So, slow motion. He comes out, I'm going to ward off, I'm going to grab the wrist. I know the lung 5 is here, I can put him down, or what I can do, I want to handcuff him. I will not hurt you. If you forget everything that I teach you today, this is probably one of the most important. So here, she comes at you, I'm going to grab the wrist point. Okay? I'm going to take this hand like this. This is important. I'm going to speak soft so they can hear this. There's ways to hit a pressure point. The first way is to punch it. I'm going to punch it. The second way is to press, like I did here, and he goes down. The third way is kind of fun. You rub it like this. Police officers in common camp to handcuff someone. Is you rub right above the elbow. Rub right about the elbow. Look what happens to him. Now I'm ready to handcuff. And I still have this 1-5 call. Slow motion. Slow motion. So you go back. Pick someone. Who do you want first? What letter? So. G. Okay. So. You're the teacher. He's a student. Choose a one and do it nicely. You're going to come back and slowly with the right punch. Get ready. Yes. At the wrist. Pinch it. Buscaron posición, pero no. Give them both a hand. So, in review, what do we do? You saw what this pressure point is. Have you ever got up at night? I'm not tall. I'm not tall. Sometimes I get up, I gotta go to the bathroom. I hit this on the doorknob of the CR. Ever hit your arm on the doorknob? When you do that, your other side is going to go down. Listen to this. This is a very important pressure point. It's called lung 5. Lung 5. When you activate this pressure point, you're setting your assailant up for easier handcuffing, number one. But number two, what happened to my friend's body? He went down like this, didn't he? Pressure points are like a joystick of Nintendo. You press a certain pressure point, the body is going to respond a certain way. Okay? All right. We'll be finding that. Let's see what's next. Pressure points are fun. Who has K? How old that?
Hidup ka. Lagi.
I remember doing this in Bung Bung. This was a real fun thing. I remember you're going to feel a little bit of something, but not a lot. So somebody has a weapon in their hand. Remember I told you about all these pressure points in the wrist and in the arm? This is called, in Kung Fu fighting, it's called the crane. It's called the crane. I'm going to teach you anything today that you have to use your fists. We're getting older. I'm going to be 68 in 4 months. I can't believe it. So I can't do things like I used to do. I hurt. I played table tennis at my house. 3 weeks ago, I ran right into the wall. This has been hurting everything. I have a problem eating trouble. It hurts a lot. We're getting older. Things differently. Using this part of your arms. You want to hit a pressure point. Pressure point. I will do that. Pressure point. I remember Bung Bung, I did that, and that sucker went all the way out the window into the water. That hurts. He's feeling it right now. That's why he's going like this. Okay? It hurts. So he has a board, a knife, but to be dangerous, so be careful with the knife. Spread your legs. Underneath. Underneath. Come up. And you get this portion. It really stays until tomorrow. Sure. Pick someone you want to hurt. I mean, A. A. Do an A. I did not get A. Select somebody else. Another letter. Oh, big guy. You come in.
Adi Christy, ba sinagdali mo ba? Ah.
Use this. You're going to come up with the video. Oh, you gotta watch. He wants to hurt him.
Sir John, it's okay to spend more time. Yes, no problem.
See, I'm having fun today. We did a different program. Different program. Here's what you're gonna do. He comes at you. He knows left foot. Like this. How about Mary and Mary? I'm going to say this nicely, but you're filming and that's okay? It's okay, keep it going. Do you know what happens when you don't breathe anymore, right? You're going, right? You're going, go. Evan, you're done. I don't want to say the word. It rhymes with your friend. All right. Guys, be very careful with this. You can actually end up sending somebody to the cemetery with this. Pressure points are associated with body organs, like the kidney, the bladder, and the heart is a real good one. Be careful when you use this. Remember I told you there's no closed fists? It's either hands today or this type of an attack. Okay? That's it, ladies. Good. Now, if it comes out, it's so important, guys, but I'm not using it. I don't need that. Yeah. Good. Now, where am I hitting him? On that, the south of the fence. Remember that? The knife? I'm going to stun him. I'm going to call you class, okay? Class, this is what's so cool about this. I'm going to stun him, turn around, and grab. I'm telling you, you've got to be careful with this. This pressure point under the armpit is called heart 1. I can send him in cardiac arrest if I get heart 1 correctly. It's right here. I asked him, did he feel a little bit of a pinch? He said yes. I would have hit him like this. Can you imagine if I got that pressure point up here and I go in? You gotta be careful. You can stun someone. You can stun someone and knock them out, but you can also take them or they become horizontal. That pressure point, for those of you that are recording or listening, is heart 1. Heart 1. Good stuff, Chief, huh? All right, let's move on. Who has Z? Ooh. Listen to this. This is the scary part. 50% of all humans have pressure points that are easily activated. Okay? What does that mean? I'd be concerned about the other ones that you can't activate. Not every human has pressure points that can be activated for whatever the reason is. Okay? I'm going to show you a little demonstration. I will not hurt you at all. I'll touch you that much, and that's it. Okay, please extend your left arm this way. Because your body stays over here again. Do like me. Like this. Just like me. Over here.
Isog-isog to, say. Bro, isog-isog ba't ba?
So what?
Sa walo ta, tuhod ba?
I'm not gonna hit him. It may work, it may not work. I don't look like an idiot as a black belt. It may not work, but I'm gonna show you. Maybe it does. 2 fingers, okay? Back up. Resist. Don't hold it up. Hold it up. Don't let me put it down. Tell me. Hold it. Hold it. Don't go down. Hold it.
Steady lang.
Steady ba?
Hold it. Don't put it down. Look that way. Siguro. I couldn't put his arm down when he resisted. When I touched his pressure point on his ear, his arm went down. Why am I showing that to you? Now what I'm going to do, if I can do it safely, I'm going to wink at him. I'm going to go right for the ear, hold it, and I'm going to do it for Let's review that pressure point. Ladies and guys, that's why you have to be aware of how many earrings you stick in your ear. How many earrings you have in your ear. It's dangerous for your health. I know that from studying acupressure, not puncture, but pressure. That is so vital. If you just get in there and collapse the ear, I know it looks goofy, and I'm going to go for the Mr. Jollibee, for example. You can weaken your opponent's arms through pressure points. You saw it with one thigh. You saw it with the wrist. I didn't punch him hard, but he felt it in your heart, not your heart, but actually into your armpit. These things are amazing. Who has V as in victory? V. Not the big dude. So, happened to me 2 times in my police career, and it almost crippled me because of what I'm going to show you that this big weightlifter did. I'm also aware of a story for a foreigner. It was in Cebu somewhere. It wasn't in Cordova. A foreigner did this to someone and almost broke the police officer's or the politician's hand. To show you something, it's going to be fun. Maybe he's so big. So, give me some love. Give me some squeeze. Squeeze it. Whoa! Little man, hey! Little man feels it. Now he's got to feel it. Okay? I'm going to show you a little trick. You never know. I won't hurt you, but I like that grip. It really hurts a little bit now. Do it again. Hurt me. Okay. Now you're going to do this to each other because you're going to find somebody. If you want them to loosen the grip, are going to put them down to the ground. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you. Watch what I do. You never know. You might need this, especially Barangay. Tanos, if you go in, it doesn't have to be a Filipino. That person may be so drugged up, he can crush your hand. Or maybe she. Who knows? Here's what you do. His grip is really, really good. Here's what I did. Everybody. I grabbed my own thumb. Oh. And then I dug for a new balay. Okay, I dug for a new balay. I just dug into his pressure points right here. Option B. This doesn't work. This usually always works. You break the forefinger. See him going back already? A, B, and C. No, I'm kidding. He needs a volunteer. Who wants to be his helper? No girls. Who would you like to hurt or help? Mr. Yellowman, come on down. Shake his hand. Don't hurt him. Try to do to him what I did to you. Make him go down a little bit. Now grab his index finger. Don't break it. It's easy to break. And make him go down a little bit. Stop. Okay. Thank you, guys. I'm going to teach to you your first knockout. The pressure points, how to put somebody to sleep. They'll get awake in about 8 minutes if you do it properly. Do I have a W? Guys, this is, I only know about 20 knockouts with pressure points. So these pressure points are associated with our body organs. This is a real good, you're not going to put anybody in the cemetery, but this is a real good knockout. Okay. I can't break loose because this grip is too high. This is a knockout. I want you to think of two body parts. The top of your foot, the instep. Did anybody ever do this? Bam! And break bones or crush them? Right. This is a knockout, but I can't do it here. It's not done. I'm going to grab this long thigh. I'm going to slide down. Whether I have Crocs on or sandals or anything, I'm going to slide down. Don't let me hurt me. On his instep. Turn your head. You see those pressure points right there? A triangle. If you can, it's not even that much. And that's it. I feel like a TV evangelist on TV all day long. Okay? So grab it. Step on the instep. Right here, those 3 pressure points. Yeah. The more it slaps, the more he's going to feel a little bit dizzy and get knocked out. That's enough. So again, they grab you. You can't break away. Watch. Instep. Right up here. So they're going to go. Right to the top. Those 3. Thank you. You're on call. Here comes somebody, and she's a wacky as hell. Loca. She won't stop. She keeps on coming with the frying pan. Okay? So walk forward and your face. I'm going to your attention too, right? I'm going to stop again. Get in the head. You have some of them there too. And across the face. You would not believe what a 90 peso fan can do. She stopped. She was a little stunned. You probably more than she was. Now, if you're not going to kill somebody with this, I'll say what am I going to do? I'm going to make her stop in the tracks. And now it becomes a weapon to the side of her ear. Exactly. You ready? I know what this is? This is one of my best 99 peso investments in the Philippines. It works 60% of the time. Here's what it is. When I was a police officer, I wish I had this. When you're you might go to a balay where they have a barking dog that looks dangerous, right? What do you think this does? Put right in the dog's eyes. Not only is it a laser, it emits a sound that makes them stop or run away. 60% of the dogs. This is a true story. My neighbor has a big, it's funny, a big white, I don't know why I said white, big dog. And before my wife and I would take a walk at nighttime, bark, bark, bark. So one day, we took a little walk that went like this. And he runs away. Now let me show you the different scenario. Let me tell you what happens next. I went back the next day, I went, here comes Johnny, and he runs away. Because he's trained to know, oh, here comes that guy with that loud, obnoxious laser taser loud noise. Okay. I love this a lot. It's like a Tapa, PR24. In closing, let me just share something with you. I am so impressed with Filipino innovativeness, smart. Some of my American friends are lazy, overpaid. I can say that, you can't. I know you can make something like this. I've seen it already on the street. I give you the measuring devices. It's so easy. Some even have like an Allen screw on the back. Let me tell you why I like this a lot much better than your batons that you have. I can use this to handcuff easily. I can use it to pull somebody from the waist down in any direction. And I can also use it to keep people away. We call it like a windshield wiper, for an example. If someone's approaching me, I can keep them back. If they have someone to stick, I'm going to let this 40 feet to the side. I'm going to show you just a couple techniques, then I'm done, because I'm sure everybody's hungry. So, who has the letter L? You and I can hurt. Someone like guapa ladies, please collect all of these in the back. Palehos. Thanks. I'll do it here again. This is so beautiful. You're gonna love it if you can make one. They have them all in pesos. If your barangay, where's Captain Nick? If your barangay either makes or buys 5 of these, I'll come to your barangay for nothing and give you 1 hour of training. I just charge 50,000 pesos in America for 1 hour of training. You, it's free. We're on third base sliding home. If you speak, I'm going to talk like this. Position. And then if he or she throws a this, I got to cheat my clap. If he throws a this, I got it here. Look at you, man, Pacquiao. Check this out. I'm going to put. Did I not tell you this earlier? There's a ton of pressure points in the wrist. I don't want to hurt you, but tell me it feels a little bit. Hello? Okay, check this out. I'm going to pull him, and then I'm going to flip it up. What does that look like? Handcuff position. Slowly. Break his wrist a little bit. Put it up. He needs a volunteer. Pick one. Who do you want to hurt? I mean, who do you want to pick one? Your choice.
The big one.
There you go. Barangay.
Pikat ako na lang. Pikat ako sa pirti sa wala. Ay, good time. Mapikat.
Down here. I'm going to add something. I'm going to pin some snot out of his arm right here. See that? Pressure points. Pressure points. Boom. It's giving you a hard time. No problem. He's going down. I'm going to kick it down. It's okay. He's not used to this. However, most people are right-handed, right? So we will have to get used to using the left arm to help manipulate. It's not normal. Right. So here it is. I'm holding it right here. Just here it comes. And then over here, do a little love kiss to his wrist. Walk through and squeeze his flesh. And then you can. So it's going to be like this. And throw. Don't worry about it.
Ilaw po. Kamot niya makuha na. Ayaw din.
Squeeze it. Hey. Walk through. We're going to go with that one for today for time purposes. Give him a hand. He's right. This is my last dog and pony show event. I need 2 people and I'm done. Nobody gets hurt and nobody gets touched. Well, maybe touched. Probably not. 2 volunteers. Soon you come up. I'm done. Nobody gets hurt. Now you select somebody. A shot. It hasn't been up yet. Police, right here, okay? This guy had just a little bit too much to drink. All right. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna command him. You're gonna command him like you want to hurt him. You almost like walk like this. Yeah. This guy, don't look at me. This guy, don't look at me. I can't look. This guy has no idea that the two Barangay Kalos went to this balada. So when he's going to him, I'm back here, walk towards him. Well, don't look at me. And stop. Now, I won't hurt you. What I'm going to do here, and then I'm going to grab his hair, and I'm going to pull him down, and then we're going to handcuff him. Slow motion. I think everyone knows where this is going, right? You got alcohol, baby? No. Okay. We know where this is going. Have a seat. Did you have a good time? Yeah. Like I mentioned, I taught like 15, 16 things. If you just learn one thing today that will save your life, I've done my job. So that you